2, 3, showtime. So she's not a lesbian, or she is a lesbian?
No, she is a lesbian.
Okay. Well,
She
great way to
does
start.
not.
If your church is got a cash app, there it is.
There it is.
1, 2, 3, showtime.
Big booty with a big room. Yeah, big room, big room. Big booty with a big room. Yeah. Rick's Melody. Yeah. Champagne for the one. That with a nigga with no clue. Made a bitch that'll kill you. Nice. Big booty with a big room. Champagne for the one. That with a nigga with no clue. Made a bitch that'll kill you. Big booty with a big room. Shoot the game. She's my type, she got robbed. That's the type of love I like. Birkin bags, not her price. Girls, you take us all in lights. 100 mil is the price.
Fuck the judge by a million clocks.
She can money if you want to. But she got a man who would never lose. Dropping cannons on your whole crew. Killing everything you want. Yeah, champagne for the one. Die with a nigga with no clue. I met a bitch that'll kill you. Yeah, booty with a bankroll. Champagne for the one. Die with a nigga with no.
Cheer. Hey, man, my camera's fucking blurry. I gotta fix it. I'm gonna take it off right now. People, thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome back to another great episode of Gas Mask Tribe TV Podcast, where we filter out that bull. And yes, I am your host, along with my other host of the show, and along with the other new hostess of the show. Yes, Miss Pat and Miss Daisy. Yeah, waiting on Miss Maggie to get up in here, whenever she get a chance. But tonight we're gonna really have a good time, man. We really talking about it. Side chicks, side chisicks. Are they a hoe? Or are they good to society? You know me, it gotta be thought provoking, right?
Jeez.
How you guys been, man? I know we talked earlier, but
they go Biz kicking the Legos.
Right.
Y'all gonna know exactly what I mean when I'm like, yeah, the Biz kicking the Legos again.
But I just have to say, people, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please share the podcast, man. Share this link. Share, like, if you're watching, wherever you're watching, like, and make sure you go check out that music on Dirty Harvard. Check, we are at about almost 250, 250,000 streams right now. So please help us and support. Please go. Yeah, the music you heard earlier, that was Dirty Harvard. But thank y'all so much, man. Really appreciate you guys. Also, tonight we are going to get into Notice This. But people, next week we are going to have Positive Cats segment, and we're going to have Miss Roland segment. Can I say it like that? Roland. That's how you say it? Roland. Yes, people, thank y'all so much. We're going to get right into it. But before we get into it, you already know it's the Notice segment. Gang, notice this. Current events. Cheer. One, two, three, showtime.
What up? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Gas Mask Tribe TV Podcast, where we filter out that bull. I am Notice with Notice current events, and I'm gonna just ask you guys. Have you noticed the weather lately? I know it's been hot everywhere, kind of muggy. Kat told me earlier it was muggy down in DC where she was at, and I got people from all over telling me what is going on with this weather. So I look at things and I say, like, how can they not notice the climate change? Shit is crazy. But if you haven't noticed it, notice that there was fucking 2 tornado watches out in Las Vegas. I've never heard of a tornado being on the West Coast. That is very rare. And it wasn't just one, there were two tornadoes that touched down. It wasn't a makeshift tornado. It was a full-blown tornado out in Las Vegas, more northeast in Mesquite. So it was a little bit further away, but still, when I heard about it, I read about it, it blew my mind. That's just one to top it off. Another thing that's going on in Las Vegas, because California got all the best places to eat. So is Las Vegas known for the eating places too. So Las Vegas decided to bring up its own Randy Donuts. What's your favorite donut spot? I always thought Winchell's was good enough and Dunkin' Donuts was good enough, but apparently not. Since Randy Donuts had the block off for 2 blocks long full of cars, and that's also people in there just trying to get stuff they face and get fat like me, because I'm pushing out 220 now. Shit. But I had to go and give me some donuts, man. You know what I mean? And I judge a donut place. I judge a donut place by 2 things, two items: the glazed donut and the apple fritter. If you got 2 of those bombing things right there, you won my heart. And I'm gonna tell you right now, big ups to Randy, but Randy did not get it. Sold me a burnt apple fritter. How the hell do you fuck up an apple fritter? I don't know. People still seeing a lot. People are still waiting 30 to 45 minutes in line. How do I know? It's because like I said, my fat ass just went to go get one. Actually, we didn't go get one. We got 2 dozen donuts. Well, apparently we like donuts up in this house. Now, in other news, not sure if you noticed, like I've noticed, Fetty Wap has pled guilty to for drug trafficking. The reason why this is big, because he's a big known whopper. I'm fat. He's a big known rapper out there, and he pleaded guilty to more than 500 grams of cocaine. That is a lot of cocaine. God, what the hell are you doing, Fetty Wap? And that's not to even to put the caveat on it. He actually violated his probation, or he violated his bail by threatening someone with a gun. That immediately violates his probation and also violates his bail. His bail was set for $500,000, in which later on, I guess he gets into a dispute with somebody and told him, and I quote, "I will kill you and whoever you with." Fetty Wap, you're already in hot water. What are you doing, my guy? If you don't know who Fetty Wap is, here's a picture of it. Thank you, Biz. Here's a picture of Fetty Wap. I can't recall the song that he sings, but I'm pretty sure you guys would know exactly who he is. He's one of those rappers where you find out, you see his face and you go, "You sing that song?" You know what I mean? But don't get it mistaken. Fetty Wap is a straight OG from the blocks. That guy does not care.
1738. I just want to say hello. Make your pretty eyes when you're on that.
Yeah, that's a pretty ass. Yeah, stupid ass song. It sounds like he's straining to take a shit.
I don't spend money. I don't want to let it go. Hard with my baby.
That is Fetty Wap. So Fetty Wap is looking at 5 years in the pen for the violations. That's not even to run concurrent with the charges he got from the cocaine drugs. I'm gonna tell you like this, Fetty Wap. To top it off, he can't even stay out of trouble because his bail got revoked after he made threatening comments. He made threatening comments to this young man or whoever this guy was that he got into it. UK, I see you out there, my boy. Thanks for helping out. Now, Fetty Wap, I hope you get it together, man. We need black men out here to lead us through, man. And you can't be doing that with cocaine on your breath. All right. I know. Hey, guess what? I like the way it smells too. Okay. So those are the old days. Okay. Now, I had found something on the internet and I thought this was crazy. And you guys may or may not think it's so crazy, but I thought it was crazy because the headline said, "Woman discovers that her husband is not the father of her child, yet she has never cheated on him." Wow. I was like, what? How the hell? How the hell? She never cheated and and he's not the father. You didn't cheat and he's not the father. But so the plot
It's a
thickens.
Virgin Mary concept there.
You telling me, but there is a twist on the story. They don't tell you it to the end. So obviously the lady gives birth, and the guy looks at the child and he's like, "Oh, well, this is not doesn't look right." So after a few months, he takes a paternity test, and sure shit enough, his spider senses wasn't lying to him. That child came out to be not his. The lady, the woman in the whole situation, she was adamant, straight adamant about it not being her. She never about her not cheating on him, and that they have been together since university. So they've been together since college, and she's never been with anybody else. And anybody she's been with, she told him about, and she never cheated. She maintained her innocence. So after going round and round, her husband is about to divorce and all this stuff, and this, that, and the third. You know what she does? She goes and gets a paternity test for herself. Guess what? She is not the mother of that child. What the hell is going on? So at this point, I am intrigued. I am like, what is going on? And sure shit enough, my spider senses kicked in, and like that lady's spider senses kicked in. And what she did, she went to hospital, and she is now suing the kids. You got it right, buddy. She is now suing the kids, suing the hospital, because obviously there is something going on where the child is not been mixed up. You know what the crazy part about it? They have not identified what child got mixed up yet. Like, oh my God, what is going on with the hospitals? Are fucking up babies. They're swapping babies. Oh, you know what? I like the one with the red hair. We're gonna take that baby right there. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. Now, so all said and done, I hope that she gets her. She hope they plan to get their child back. They do have an active lawsuit, but they didn't disclose more than that because there's an active ongoing lawsuit. But when I saw it, I thought it was bad shit crazy. I wish I got switched up. I wish I got switched up in a goddamn baby ward. Maybe my life would have been a little bit different. And this is why some hospitals have tracking devices on newborns. Yeah, they got baby anklets like they on probation. But we all know it's for. So that was noticed. Would notice this current events. I don't like my own child. Let me get I know that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like this. I'm gonna get a do-over. I'm gonna swap this child out. That's how I feel like they were doing. But that was noticed. Would notice current events. Take care. Brush your hair. Check.
1, 2, 3, showtime.
You know what? I'm gonna have me a better saying, or I'm gonna have me a better exit strategy with my noticed current events.
You know
That was funny.
Huh? You said that was funny.
Watch your hair.
I could.
He said, wash your hair or brush your hair.
Yeah, brush your hair. And
Brush
he just
your
like
hair.
abruptly
Wash your hair, brush your hair.
I was like cracking up.
Wash your hair, brush your hair. I'm gonna have another saying better than that. I can't do that one. That was on the fly. You know, I was freestyling that whole shit.
What's good, Goofy Beast? Hey, Goofy Beast, my guy. Check this out, bro. I was trying to hook up with you with this weekend, but I got too fucking crazy hectic in time. I know, fucking crazy. But we gotta connect, man. I gotta connect with you this week, man. Definitely do, man. Thank you, man. Really, really appreciate you for coming by. Gang, gang, gang. Y'all already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Make sure you understand this the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast, where we fit to out that good people. I have not got my fit. I have not got my fix yet, man. I gotta go get my coffee. I got my bleezy rolled up.
I ain't got my fix either, but it's cool. I'm rocking.
Nah, man. I talking about side chicks tonight.
So you think we're gonna go long?
We talk
Nah.
about side chicks every night. No, just
You think so?
pretty much.
Why?
No, we don't.
Well, we don't talk about side chicks, but the side chicks
Indirectly, huh?
come out.
I guess indirectly we mention them, but you know what I mean.
We
Mention
praise
them.
them.
It's kind of like a booger. It comes sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just there. You know, you gotta
It
pick it.
happens.
Yeah, you gotta get it out of there. You know what I mean? The cat said, ugh.
So you already know me. Before we get right into it, I always got to make sure I just play something that's very engaging, kind of wake the whole night up. People, this is a little triggering. All right, it's a little triggering. All right, has not have nothing to do with tonight, but it's definitely waving the nation right now. And I'm gonna do my due justice and talk about this motherfucker just for a split second. Not a lot, people. I'm gonna just play it.
Oh yeah.
Now, as you can see, that this man is being brutally beaten.
Get his ass
Right?
whooped.
Is this recent?
Brutally beaten. This is recent.
Yeah.
I know. I hear all the BLM people. Was he black? Right?
Yeah, I was gonna
black.
just ask that.
He was
I hear
black.
You. I hear you.
He was not?
And no, he wasn't. No.
He was black.
See, that's what and that's why I wanted to talk about this real quick. And this will be a whole nother podcast, but I want to give her kind of an insight on the next podcast. We don't want to talk about this because this is an issue that it's not a black and white issue. It's literally a authority issue. We're talking about law enforcers who really feel their power is stronger than the civilians, even though they get paid from our tax dollars. But we're not going to even talk about that, right? Those are the things that a lot of people aren't seeing today. They aren't seeing the real factor in what we're going through. This is an all us situation, right? It's just kind of like a us against them type of situation, you know. And we don't want it to be. We don't want it to be like we shouldn't have to fucking find some type of strength to fight up against the fucking law enforcement. Like, you supposed to be protecting me. How the fuck is this supposed to happen? You know. Anyway, I'm about to go on a rant. I don't want to do that. But people, wake up. It's not just this is not just a race issue. You know what I mean? This is more than that. This is a literally pick on the little ones type of issue. People who can't really defend for themselves. People who's not going to fight up against the justice system. People who don't have the fucking money or the wealth to have great lawyers to beat the justice system. Right? This is the people I'm talking about. You know, the biggest thing we have is our fucking voice. So if you're silent, you just help these motherfuckers with the crime. But
I think we have each other too. I think the biggest thing is that we forget that police officers are service men. They're supposed to serve us, and we pay tax dollars to have them do their job. And I think that people have forgotten why they're there and who hires them. And I think once we change our mindset of, okay, we hire you, you work for us. And as a community, if we support each other instead of watching other people get mistreated, but actually come together as a community, it's never going to stop, because we have to understand that they are hired help, right?
They don't care, Kat.
They care, but we have to know that. A lot of people, especially young people, don't realize that their tax dollars pay for cops. So we hire them.
That's true.
Does that make sense? But that whole thing has
true.
been messed up, and the mindset is like we bow down to them, and that's not really the role. Their role was to serve us because we pay them to protect us, right?
Right.
So if we see that people are getting mistreated as a community, we should be the ones going over to the cops as a group of people saying, hey, stop what you're doing, you know?
That's sweet. That's
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
think that they
We
should.
walk by and we see stuff like that all the time. And we just all walk by like, oh well, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Can I
Yeah,
say this? Can I
they
say this?
should correct.
I'll let y'all have the panel. I'll let y'all have the house. I just want to say this. I think a cop should get his ass beat by the people one time. And
I think they should correct them right away because it's given the police a very bad image. And even I even had to correct my son's friend because someone has already told him that cops are pigs, and
That's not
I
good.
had to explain to him because I'm all about honor and respect. So with my children, I don't want my sons to believe that all cops are bad and that, they're not here to serve us, or, you know what I mean? Because some of these cops, you have to remember, they come from the army. So when they come from the army, they become cops because that's all they know now. And some of them may not come from the army, but like someone has to correct them one way or another. And I think, like she said, as long as we come as people, hopefully they're correcting that issue within themselves, because what we don't want is our kids to automatically grow up with that mentality, and then all of a sudden you're disrespecting all the cops, and then we're generalizing
Yeah.
all the cops, and now we become biased.
Well, I'll say this. Before I say this, let me get to the comments. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, okay, here we go. UK said, yeah, I seen that shit all over social media. He also went and said, most cops think they are above the law. That's why cops are the most dangerous gang out there. That's absolutely true. Actually, it's the most dangerous gang would be the uh, the National Guard. This is why you don't give a badge to someone who was bullied as a kid. True. And Davio Rubino. It's all about jack that all the way up. I don't know what's been wrong with me today. There needs to be a in-depth a background check as there is to purchase a gun, as there should be to be an officer. Um,
They
I'm gonna
do
put it to you
background
like
checks
this.
for police officers.
What'd you
Yeah.
say? Yeah, they have background checks, but he said there needs to be a deeper one. He
No,
thinks
it's
there needs to be.
they have deep background checks.
It's not that deep actually. They ask you about you, who your family is, and if your family serving, you got any felons about that, and that's about as far as it goes. Especially the law enforcement that are hurting for people.
I had a friend who couldn't even become a police officer because he stole something in high school and he lied about it and he knew about it. I was like, what?
There's probably some red tape there. You probably you could be right. I'm not certain. Mental health checks. Mental health check to become a cop. And you probably will have no cops. I'm gonna let you know like that, because everybody, frankly, everybody has mental health issues. I'm gonna put it like this: to understand where bad cops come from, you have to understand why cops were even created, where cops came from, the history of cops, and then what was their initial job. Now, just to touch on this real quick, Daisy, I researched the percentage of cops that came from military background. It's about 19%. So 19% of United States cops are from the military, which is a good point that you brought up, because 19% of these motherfuckers is going out there acting like Rambo. But I think it's a little bit bigger than that, because the history of cops were created so that they can keep black people in line after slavery. That's why and keep their gangs and all that stuff in check. Well, excuse me, let me take that back. Prisons were created. Cops were the enforcers of that. But the thing about it is, when you see cops that are doing that today, I get what you're saying, Kat. It's kind of hard for people that to stop and go, hey. But if people are in the near vicinity, like you're walking by and you're seeing it, then actually, obviously, you should say something. I have been noticing a big uproar in cops being held accountable when they're caught on tape. So somebody says, "Oh, he's been beating them," and they put it on TikTok or something like that. 9 times out of 10, a lot of these cops have been reprimanded for it, and I've been immediately, like you said, it needs to happen quick, right? It's been happening pretty quick, a lot quicker than back in the 99s and the 1980s, and you know what I'm
Didn't
saying,
have
the
that.
1990s. What'd you
We
say?
didn't have smartphones and all that.
Right,
Yeah,
Now
so
right.
they
everybody
were
is
getting
taping
away with stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
When they see
It
any
was
little
just
thing,
our
they're
word.
taping it, and we need to be doing that.
You absolutely right. You know, so if you see something like they post it all the time, you see something, say something, because you know, and record it. Don't even just say something. Record that shit so you can have evidence. And you know what's so stupid that they're starting to try to combat that shit. You know, you can't even be within 5 to 6 feet of an officer recording them in Arizona. You
Well, I
cannot.
thought there was a law that said that as long as if they're doing anything in a public place,
Uh-huh.
you can be there unless they have a police thing around it saying this is a
Right,
police investigation.
right,
You are able to be all the way up there because they're in a
right.
public place. So I don't know
Well,
how Arizona would have a rule saying 5 feet away in a public place.
Well, they figured they're making it their their zone, their police zone, if you will, their
I don't know if
police
that's
bubble.
legal.
Oh well,
I
they
don't.
got it. It's legal in Arizona. You can film, but you got to film from so far away. As soon as you cross over to them, they can confiscate your phone by Arizona state law.
That's
That's something they
crazy.
passed over Arizona. I told myself I'm never moving to Arizona.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
not.
like that here. If you're in a public place, you have the right to stand there, to record, to talk, or whatever. Because you're now cops will say back away, but you're in a public space, so they can't tell you that you can't be out in public.
Does Arizona have a lot of
Right.
racist people?
Every state has racist
They have a
people.
lot of respect. Yeah,
Like a lot, like more than here.
That's it. Yeah.
I would say they're
facts.
conservative. I would say that.
What'd you
they're
say?
very conservative, that they're very conservative. That there's a lot of conservatives out there.
But there's a lot of
And
black people in Arizona, though.
right. There's a lot of black people there.
A lot of Hispanics too.
Yeah, so it's like it's racism.
Yeah, my cousin lives out there.
Yeah.
So
See, and it's just, and then you know what's even worse, that like the LAPD, Rampart Division, all them, you know, Rampart's been all the high. The chief of Vegas, excuse me, not like Los Angeles, LAPD had to step down from chief because he was called to be in a police game. I forgot what it's called. It's some, and they all get these tattoos of the skull, and it's like that. What they do, they go around beating up motherfuckers, straight up beating up motherfuckers.
They a whole mob.
I'm not laughing at it.
I'm look a straight gang. Pull that
They
shit up.
they're the new
Hey,
mob.
everywhere. It's not just
they
LA,
run
it's
up on-
everywhere.
yeah, they run up on other
Oh,
cops.
these
too.
ones they got caught. And guess
Yeah,
what? Even
got
after they got caught, they didn't give a fuck. They were like, yeah, we're part of it.
People, thank y'all for tuning in. It's the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast where we felt out that bull. Yo, did we read some of the comments? Oh, we did already?
Yeah, I got down to mental health checks. The next one is this one right here. A nurse goes to school longer than a cop. They need to so much more training before they could become one. Yeah, I agree. The need for cops though is the reason why they do that. But yeah, I
got a
absolutely
video. I got a video. I'm not gonna play it tonight. We'll play it next podcast, but I got a video really breaking down the structure of the training of cops. This training it's nationwide. It's nationwide. So it's not like one department do it different. Blah, blah. It's a nationwide standard training. So I'll play. It's crazy, but I'll play it on next podcast. Y'all look, stay tuned for that. People, we're definitely gonna get into it, man. Yeah, I'm thought provoking. I gotta make sure I press the limits. Check this the fuck out right here. This is fucking funny. Gang.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm snitching. Do LeBron wife know about this?
Try a different tack.
Why
And
that
this
girl
was a
right
time
here?
Where the Lakers really competed.
Why that girl right there? Why she
They
touch
were
LeBron's
good
arm?
enough, but you saw
Oh,
them
I thought you
make
don't
the
see,
comeback.
and he
They
touched
haven't always
hers
been the
too.
That's right.
Let me go back one more time. And he touched hers too.
Try a different tack. And this was a
And she like she been on box.
competed.
He touched hers
they
too.
were good enough. But you saw them make it comeback. That hasn't always been the case in this stretch.
Why y'all telling on Becky? Why y'all telling on Becky?
I think y'all putting too much on that.
No, you fucking
I
crazy.
think that they know each other from probably the work because she's kind of close to the front
I think they putting
of
too
the
much on
ring.
it. I don't think it was what
I don't
they're
think she a
making it out to
Becky.
be.
Oh, you gotta
Because
see.
anybody can touch somebody, be like, "Good job," and then they be like, "Thank you." You know what I mean? Like that's
Don't say nothing.
No.
Notice. Don't say nothing. Notice. No, let him. Let
Is
him
that
have
a
it. Let him
fact
have
that
it.
she was
unless there's another
protected?
video where he's backstage hugging on her
Let
or
him have it.
something. That
Oh,
ain't
you have
that.
to.
Oh, you
That's the
gotta actually
crazy
catch
part.
him.
Yeah, right. You
Catch
gotta
him
actually
in the
see
act,
it.
huh?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, we've all said good job to somebody or something, and they pat us back like thanks. You know what I mean? And walk by. Y'all
Oh,
are really like, no, it is
that
not.
was a good. You said that was a good job, Pat. Oh,
Well, I mean, I
hell
just
no.
think y'all putting more on it than I don't think like, oh, that's his mistress because first of all,
Okay. I'll say this. Don't get me wrong. When I saw the video and I heard the narration of the video, yes, I was like, yeah, he reaching. But if you do not see what's really going on, then you're really blind to understanding what what is
what?
what. You know what I mean? Like you're blind to
Yeah.
see the
Thanks.
actual.
Thanks for the. Thanks for the dome. I did better this night because of it.
What are y'all
Yeah,
talking about? Is
appreciate
this
it.
an inside thing that like we need to know? Like if you pat
No,
somebody, that means y'all doing
We talking
something?
about the
That's a
side chick.
player. I
We
thought
talking about
abstinence
the side
actually
chick.
makes you. I thought abstinence makes you actually play better
What?
than being relaxed and
Well,
letting it
see,
What are
out.
you talking about?
yeah, you're absolutely right. But see, this is the thing. This is the thing that we're trying. I guess I'm trying to get you out of this. I've been that guy where I know my wife is watching, and I know this piece of ass that I hit a couple times has been right there. She want to say hello, and we just do kind of little, you know what I mean, or some little nut. If that was the same me, I would have. Yeah, I see, you, baby. Yeah, cool. You know what I mean? Nothing major. I'm not gonna. But for him to have that interaction like that, instead of going, you know what I mean? He could have chucked his head up or something if they had to make skin to skin contact, especially with coronavirus and all that shit. You think he had to have touched her before. You think he's gonna touch that white lady? And she not come on with that white lady. She can call sexual harassment by just him doing that. He's not that stupid.
He touched him first.
It doesn't matter. It
I
doesn't
don't know.
matter.
I guess I'm blind to cheaters then, because
Oh my Lord.
I didn't see that as
The
he's messing
question.
with her. I saw that as like that's a fan. She's like, oh hey, what's up? She wants
Either a
to touch your
fan or
pussy.
someone he works
Okay.
with. Like I didn't see a big deal.
Okay.
I didn't either.
That's good. That's good. So what you don't know won't hurt you.
Have you seen the one with the president? The one, what's his name?
Biden.
No, the one that, but is it not Bush? It's
Almost all of them.
the one that had the affair and got caught,
That's
and
all of them.
You
they
talking
all
about
got
yeah.
caught.
You talking about Bill Clinton?
Yeah, Bill Clinton, that one. Now that one, where if you go back to his videos and they have a documentary, now his stuff is obvious.
Sure, yeah. He's the president. I made my shit obvious too.
Like him, yeah, it was like completely obvious.
I
Like
run the
it was.
country. I need one for every day of the week. God damn it.
I mean, you can tell a lot by women too, because they'll say or do stuff that's disrespectful.
She
to
didn't even make eye contact with them. That's how I know. And the
Right.
second day giveaway is
See, they didn't see that though. They didn't notice
We
you
see
did it.
that.
Why you do that?
We
Notice
see that he looked at her and was like, okay, he tapped her in the arm, okay?
yeah,
But
but
to
they
me,
never
it
even
was
looked
like, I
at each
tapped him in
other.
the arm.
because he
He
wasn't
saw
looking
some
at her
porn.
because he's tired. He's about to go home to his boo.
Okay,
You know
let's
what?
play the,
If the hey,
So
play
he was
one
like,
more
all
time.
right,
We'll play
looking
one
out.
more
He
time.
just tapped her like, yeah, all right, yeah. You saw my
I'm gonna play it
game,
one
yeah.
more time. One time.
how
One
many
time.
other people did
Okay,
he?
I'm snitching.
I'm
Now,
gonna play
if
one more
you take the guy's
time. Okay,
the guy's commentary out and you watch it, no one's thinking like this guy's thinking.
Okay, mute him then. Mute him.
You
Here. I'm gonna change it over here.
I don't know.
The way it's set up.
Okay, I'm snitching. I'm snitching. Do LeBron's wife know about this?
Try a different tack.
Why
And
that
this
girl
was a
right
time
here?
where the Lakers really competed.
Why that girl right there? Why she
They
touch
weren't
LeBron's
good
arm?
enough. But you saw
I
them
thought you don't
come back
see, and he
and
touched
capitalize
hers
on the
too.
pace. That's right.
Let me go back one more time. And he touched hers too.
Try a different tack. And this was a
And she like she been on box. He touched hers too.
Good enough.
Feels so bad.
No,
No, what would be
Oh,
crazy
it was
is
that
if that's like his
silent, like,
youngest daughter or his lawyer's
it
wife.
was a silent.
You know,
Look.
like that might be like somebody, a friend of the family that came to see him because the guy touched him as well in the blue shirt right before that girl did. There was a guy that touched him, he touched him back, and then the girl was like, it's like they know each other, kinda, but
All right.
that could be
So
anybody.
before we get to the response of the question, I'm glad we responded to the video because we did great. Let's get to the comments real quick. UK says he make hella money if he wants a side piece. I'm pretty sure his wife would allow it.
Hell no. Hell no.
That's a man who said that.
They gonna have to be paid because you see how Kobe's wife was like,
Yeah, it doesn't
I'm
matter
gonna
how
divorce
much
you,
you
and then he
made.
quickly brought her a big ass ring and a whole bunch of other shit. So
Yeah, people think that women who are with wealthy men are okay with being cheated on, and that's not the case.
Look,
they don't like looking stupid. They feel stupid and disrespected. Like they don't like that. So they gonna have to hold it down after they cheat like a lot. They gonna have to pay.
So are you more on the side of like, oh boy, that sings that song, I Don't Want to Know? Is it Joe?
I think because have you ever seen that? I don't know. Someone sent me a video that says respect me, like, and if you lie to everybody else, then you should lie to me too because you love me. You should give me that amount of respect. You lie to everybody else, and I
So,
guess to her it's a sign of love and respect. You don't bring your extras to my house and you don't rub it in my face. A lot of
So-
women have got that since years, for years and decades and stuff like that because they feel like all men cheat. And it's
All
like
men don't
very
cheat.
disrespectful that you rub it in their face, you know?
So you guys are answering the question. The question is, what you don't know won't hurt you. True or false? Like
What you don't know what?
What you don't know won't hurt you.
I think that's
Well, that was she was
No,
saying earlier. Like, just don't bring it to my house. Like, don't, you know what I mean? You know, and I get
but
what
I
you were
think the
saying.
stuff that you don't know will hurt you, could hurt you.
because it's gonna eventually come out. I
Right.
mean, like most women eventually find out.
I guess that's like saying if the tree falls in the wood and nobody's around, someone still hear it? Will you still hear it? Or does it make a sound? It's kind of like that, right?
Point mate. Jalen Gant says, I don't know. He clearly stated, I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, he's straight lying.
Yeah.
There was DNA on that dress.
That nigga lied like a motherfucker. Straight nigga.
But here's the crazy thing is everybody allowed it. No one impeached him. No one said, you know what, morally he's not fit to be a and then what made
it even made him famous.
Well, no, what
No,
made
he got
it
a piece.
bad is she stayed with him. And then it's like for women, we kind of lost respect for her because you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like
Did you?
No, that's
yeah,
fucking
I think that's why
emoji,
she didn't
man.
win.
I didn't. I thought he was funny.
Hold on, Kat. First of all, Bill Clinton did get impeached. That's a fact.
But not for that reason.
He didn't get away with it at
Yeah,
all.
he
got
didn't get
impeached.
impeached for lying.
Yeah, yes, he did. That's
He
exactly
did
what
his
he
whole
got impeached.
term.
Crazy.
He stayed his whole term.
Oh my goodness gracious!
He did not get out of his term until it was over. That's not impeachment.
That's not impeachment.
That isn't.
He was
He went
actually
to
really
trial.
kind to everybody,
They're
and
never gonna
everybody
impeach any kind of-
loved his honesty at the end. He lied at the beginning, but at the end, he was honest, and actually, people loved him for that.
You know.
Clinton was the
as he
second
said-
American president to be impeached. The first being Andrew Johnson, who was impeached in 1868. The approved articles of impeachment would be submitted to the United States Senate on January 7, 1999. A trial in the Senate that began with Chief Justice William Weverding presiding.
Filter out that one.
Filtered it out.
He probably got
image.
impeached on his last day being a president.
Ah!
Jazzy,
They're never
Jazzy,
gonna impeach your president.
That
He said,
heifer was still trying to go back to the office too.
I bet you she was.
hold up. Oh,
Hey, and
uh,
Bill, like, yeah, hey, don't get it on your dress this time.
Jazzy 3 says, money does not give a pass to cheat.
I bet you it does if you got some billions, goddamn it.
It does and it doesn't because they
UK
accept it
says,
after a while.
UK says LeBron has a net worth of
That's what it
1 billion. Money can money can make people blind to things.
is. Put your Ray Charles
It
on.
can't. I mean, look at Snoop Dogg's wife. She accepted it and she just looked the other way. He even mentioned that she didn't even go off on him. At the end of the day, it did hurt her, but she wouldn't like bring it back to his attention or anything,
But you,
which made him love her even more. But I think that with a lot of fame comes a lot of this, temptation. And I think a lot of these women going into the stuff are aware that eventually something might happen or they might get accused of something, so they're kind of already prepared and brainwashed to be okay with it. But
but
of
are you
course they're gonna throw a hissy fit and they're gonna like,
but
want
are you
something out of
willing?
it.
Is a woman truly willing to give that up? Like, look at Beyonce, right? Beyonce didn't give that up. I mean, if you
I think
really,
there's levels and there's levels of
It's
things.
because they built a empire. So they feel like if I let this go, I'm letting go of the whole entire empire that I built with this man. So
the
do I
woman
really
dropped
want to let go of the
the,
empire
the
and,
woman,
and
she
not
dropped
let
the
my kids
single.
grow up in that? Or do I want to just whatever, I can look stupid for a second to keep the empire growing. I think that's how they think.
I
Well,
don't. I
she
think
dropped a
that
single called Lemonade, and on the inside the single, she mentioned that you know it costs how you gonna leave something that costs when you have $1 billion on the elevator, which
correct.
she understood of the longevity that these are hiccups, like which I honestly believe this. I don't know, I could be wrong, but Beyonce understands men on a total different level, right? Because she's in that world where she's dealing with a lot of very successful men and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of things and experiences that we may not see that she's going through with, what I mean, not with men, but what I mean, just by male counterparts just being around the facility, right? And I can see
He's
how
like
that.
hands up.
Go ahead.
You
Go
know
ahead.
what gives them the right to do that? They got the money. And
Go
I
ahead.
think that they give her the right to cheat too, because they brought up that the same man that was around Jada Pinkett was around her too. So I think, and then there was that rumor that she was with what is Rihanna's ex boyfriend that's a rapper. What's his name?
I know you're
ASAP.
talking about. I forget his name.
Yeah.
ASAP.
So so I think they have given each other permission to step out, because if you a man is gonna know if I step out on my wife and we have a freaking empire growing, I have to give her some type of space or leeway. That's the reason why Will Smith agreed with Jada, and Jada was the one that brought it up because she really didn't want to get married, right? But at the end of the day, I think to keep your girl happy, you gotta give her the same lack of respect. Like you lagging, so I let me have space to do me too, so I could be happy. Because at the end of the day, you disrespected me. You stepped out on me. You didn't even ask me. That's disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like I said, communication is key. If I was ever in an open relationship, I need you to have this conversation with me because we're friends and we're here to, it's bigger than just sex. It's a bond. It's something that we're trying to build, right? So we need that open communication anytime you're stepping out on me without communication, and we have already built that bond and we're married, especially if we're married. I mean, I'm not even talking about girlfriend status. When we're married, that now that's a whole different level.
Miss Cat, you wanted to expound? before we head to the next
I can't.
comment?
I mean, expound wouldn't be the right word. I would say I just feel like marriage is a covenant, and there should be no I'm giving anybody passes. Period. It's a covenant that you make before God, and both parties should honor it. And when you don't, you've not only sinned against your partner, you've sinned against God. Period. So
That's
doesn't
interesting.
matter if you're in entertainment, doesn't matter if you're wealthy, doesn't matter if you're poor. You made that covenant before God to be faithful to that person. And once you break that, whether you're a man or a woman, that's not good.
So you don't
And
believe in men having multiple wives then?
nobody should believe in that. It's complicated. Marriage is simplicity. You
Here
live
we talk
a
to
life.
the other guy.
When
Like,
you
one is good
live
enough.
a
Two
life
is hard.
when you live a good life, life is simple. Why would you complicate your life for 5 minutes or 15 minutes of fun?
Well,
The
because
best life is simplicity. So
there's
no.
religions, but there's religions out there, Kat, that have men who are ultimately can have multiple wives, and there are in United States men who live like that, and the wives are a-okay with it.
No,
There
they're
are
not
girls
There's,
that would.
there's
a-okay. No, they're not
relationships
a-okay.
and marriages that have worked because they have that, I
There's a
don't know,
whole
that
Mormon
marriage between three
community.
people.
There's a whole Mormon community where men have 15 wives and all that. And once
Yeah.
all those women got rescued from that cult, they
That was a
all
cult.
said
They
how
were made to
unhappy
do
they
that.
were. They all mentioned how unhappy
There's
they
people
were.
with free
They
will
all
out
were
here.
emotionally jacked up. All the
Look,
kids were
Kat.
emotionally jacked
Look,
up.
Pat. If I was banging my cousin and I had my daughters that were cousin with my brother's cousin, then I mean, come on, man, I would want to leave too. But I'm talking
Hey, I
about
have a friend like that
that's
had a cousin that married her cousin, and
yeah.
then
Was it her fifth cousin?
she died.
Okay.
They got first cousins over there in Utah, first and second cousins. Man. You talk about 15
Having,
might be a little bit excessive, but what I'm
are their
saying is,
babies okay?
they look
Exactly.
all
Those
right,
are
but
life is simple, and when we complicate it, that's when there's problems.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. You know why? Because I'm about to go to some more videos before we end these comments right quick. Goofy B says, but the same can be said for and about a woman. UKTH says the glove didn't fit. LOL. Mr. J. Mr. J said, I feel like that's why Will and Jada are still together. They have so much built together. It would be hard to leave and ever harder to split it down the middle. You fucking right. That's what I was saying. Like, I
This
don't
is
think
FYI,
people are
Jada's
going
okay.
to
leaving
get.
No,
Will.
I have a comment. I have something to say about
Jada's
that.
leaving Will.
Why do
Okay.
people think that people that are wealthy are concerned about losing $1 billion when they have $1 billion? It's not like that. We're
That's
thinking
because
like people who are
Cat,
making 40,000 and 40,000. Like if you
no.
already wealthy, you're not staying because of the money. You're staying because of your ego. You're staying because you love them. It's not just, oh God, I'm gonna lose his 500,000 this month. Like
Okay.
that's
The
Okay.
reason
Let
to
me
why,
tell
me,
you.
that's not
Oh, okay. Can I tell you something?
let
What
me
it
say,
is that you go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I don't want to
the
take
reason
this
why
long.
they say this, and it's the only reason I know this is because I have a wealthy godparents. And once you get to a certain status quo, sex becomes another instrument of a toy, or just something that you can use and just play around with. So money, you're right, money doesn't have a pond to it, but
ego.
money puts you into a status quo where a lot of these people they do whatever they want. And so at any given time when a person goes, you cheated, it's like, well, we've been having these little escapades. So how you call this cheating? You feel what I'm saying? And I think, but to your point, I think what you're saying is, yes, I think that most people like them say that, oh, you have $1 billion, it'll just make it easier. Excuse me, it'll make it easier for her to cheat. That's not the case. I don't believe. I believe it's just what yo. I believe. Sorry about that. I believe when you have a certain status quo and you have money, a lot of people, a lot of these rich people, they be having like little fuck parties and little or little escapades and stuff like this on the yachts, in these clubs, and they have places like that. So I think
Poor people are doing that. That's not nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with rich.
Nah,
no, 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 not on this
nah,
scale.
Sex
nah.
Not
parties,
on this scale.
They be
Not on this
orgy
scale.
regular people,
parties
regular
in the
class people
freaking
be
Berry
having
Hills.
all kind of stuff going on nowadays. Like it's
Nah,
all
I,
What?
about the
Nah.
mindset and
Hold
morals of
nah.
on. Before we go, can I say something? What I get what he's saying. Usually, me and him will go back and forth, but I get what he's saying. These parties that he's talking about, I've been to, and these ain't no fucking regular ass parties. These aren't your $40,000 type of people. I've had to perform at these spots, right? Literally. And I'm looking in the fucking trash can, and all I see is wine bottles that are like literally 5K to like 17K wine bottles and shit. The whole fucking trash can has at least about $1 million in the trash. Like what we're talking about, these
Next to the
people.
lube, next to the empty lube and condoms.
all I'm
I didn't see
saying,
all that.
all I'm
I
saying
didn't
is
see
the
all that, but
immorality
but,
is on all
but what
levels.
we're right, but there's a certain element where we're saying there's an element when it comes to having wealth, not just having money, is wealth, right? Effortless.
It's all
There's a
nasty.
there's a
Cat can't
certain
even
way.
empathize. He like,
It's all
It's
nasty. It
like,
doesn't matter if you're wealthy or not. You know,
but
wrong
you're
is
not
wrong,
gonna.
right
What
is
we're
right.
trying to say is you're not just
have you
gonna
been
risk.
invited to one of these sex orgies?
Yes,
Look, I
there's
Look,
feel like
places in
I've
this.
LA where
look,
they
I've
have
Rich
rooms where it's
people,
all dark and
wait,
you
wait,
can touch your feelings. So I'm like, why are y'all even entering into this like
No, no,
realm?
I'm saying, but have you been to a
wait,
special invite one?
No, Lord, no.
rich people have an acquired taste for things that they already don't have, or something that, you know what I mean, it's not usual. That's why a lot of them can be bisexual or gay, because
Right.
of the fact that they already have, like, for instance, Ricky Martin, he wasn't gay from the beginning. He was bisexual, but he didn't come out till later because he had so many girls that
Oh my God.
eventually he was
Oh
like,
my
okay,
God.
I want something different. I got all these freaking girls throwing themselves at me. Now I want to try something new. So
Wait, isn't
it's a
bisexual gay
constant
though?
thing. It's
I'm
something
about
that
to say,
if
God,
I can have it, why not? It's an excitement. So to them, anything that they can buy or they can do, it's a free country, it's a free world for them because they got all this money. And it's true. It is what it is.
hold on, Daisy. Is like Kat said, isn't bisexual gay? Like
Yeah.
I know that shit is gay. Like
Once you go over to the other side, I'm
you on the
sorry,
other
you're
side.
gay. Like,
I
you
guess
know,
we have to
Some
be.
people don't consider it gay. Some
I
people
know,
do.
but
I
yeah.
mean, it is what it is. Hey,
I
I
guess
mean,
it's
so.
dope.
people do what they want to do.
UK
Yeah, they do.
UKTA says poly relationships are becoming more and more normalized nowadays. So the old one man and one woman becomes history.
No, don't. Let's not speak that.
God,
Let's not speak
he
that.
is down
I
with
might
her.
have to move my
Thank
car
y'all
in a
for
minute.
tuning in, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast where we filter out that boy. We'll get into our next video.
Y'all little booty head bitches keep calling me a side chick, but I'd rather be a side chick than the main chick, bitch. And I'ma tell your booty head ass why. Cause bitch, if I'm the main chick, then that means somewhere on the earth, it's the side chick, right? But the vow and commitment is made with the main chick. Therefore, the side chick got more pull. And I'ma tell you why. You, Mrs. Main Chick, keep saying, don't fuck with no other bitch. No, 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 no. That nigga ain't listening to you, bitch. You can be like, don't go over there. Let the side chick be like, come over here. Where that nigga at? Over there. So yeah, you're absolutely right, bitch. I would rather be the side chick. Cause bitch, the commitment made with you. And the commitment that he breaking, bitch, is with your ass. Why would I want to be in that position? Bitch. Now make that make sense. I get the nigga in all the ways you get him, bitch, minus the deception. And plus the why in your is fucking silent, bitch. That's our nigga. And don't shoot the messenger.
So yes, that was triggering.
Are these skits or are these real people?
These are real people.
Yeah, there's
These
so
are
many
real
things
fucking people.
impacting that.
Huh?
Real people.
What are y'all's thoughts as men? I'm curious to hear what you have to say about that
You
video.
don't want to. You don't want to hear. I have to
No, I
say.
really do. I like to hear morally where men are these days.
It's not
Okay.
more okay. If you say
Yeah, it
morally,
is.
then we got to be politically correct.
No, be honest. Like, are you like, oh yeah, the side chick's better than having a steady partner that's safe?
Um, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be straight up, man. I agree with you. When it comes to monogamy, once you a person gets married, then you cut all ties. You cut all the ties to the outside world and all this stuff. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong when I say this. If a wife has had a discussion with her husband that he is unhappy in certain areas and she does nothing to fix it, I believe in my heart that a man should be able to go fulfill his happiness somewhere else, especially if he can't do it, he can't do it with that woman. That's just my belief. Don't rip my head off. I
Question.
could go for it.
Hey,
Okay,
hold
he
on,
said no, no,
Jazzy,
no. He
Jazzy.
said
This
that
is
a
funny
man
as
should,
fuck. Jazz, you funny.
he said if a man says that you're not fulfilling his needs, he has a right to go get it from somewhere else.
If he
And
has
my
the
question,
discussion with his wife
okay, yes.
and
My
still
question
nothing
is,
is
are you
working,
divorcing her after you realize she can't give you what you want? Because isn't that the right thing to do? Is to divorce her and go get what you want?
I
I
think
guess
we should talk
in
about it first.
in a world of, I guess I say, don't take this wrong word, a world of cats and monogamous women out there, absolutely, that's what you would think. But like to the comment that said earlier, it'd be harder to leave something that you already established because
You
there's
just
more
said
than
that
just
they're not giving you what you want, so you've
okay. But
established
still,
nothing.
what if your house is a home that is bigger than just you and your wife?
That's not making any sense. Notice
Okay,
you just said if she's not fulfilling your needs,
okay.
why keep her around? Why keep her bound if she's
Because
not
they're
fulfilling
used to
your
each
needs?
other. It's a habit
No,
now.
he said he's not used to it. He doesn't like it. He's not appreciating what he has. So
They don't like it, but it becomes a habit when you're
That's
used to someone.
it's not
They
that of
cannot.
now. I'm
Daisy,
not
what that
talking.
is a selfish man because he says he's not happy and he
Okay,
doesn't get what he wants. That means he needs to
I
okay.
I
leave
So
have
to
a
go get
son.
it.
My son godmom told
I
me that
don't
exact same thing. It because when two people are used to each other, they're afraid to go out and they already built something. They already have kids. It becomes harder to leave that home
But
because
he's
we're so
leaving.
used to each other. We already have a family. We have this and that.
There's
They
more
may not even
destruction.
have love for each other no more, but they're used to each other
True.
physically and whatever they're used to, they're just used to each other. And sometimes that's hard to break off of because you have history, you have past emotions, but you also have the stuff that you built through and you went through and you came out of because she used to get abused by her husband and then he stopped. So all that growth, all that stuff, it's hard for her to just leave that. And I would wonder why the hell are you still with him? And eventually that's what she said. Like it's hard and it's a habit. And now like my daughter wants us to get married. He used her for his paperwork, whatever. And a lot of people, even my uncle, his wife said the same shit. Like, hey, she asked me if I wanted my paperwork done. We had kids, and hey, here I am. So have they divorced? No. Does she seem happy? No. She talked to me about letting him go, and just different stuff. And honestly, I've seen it in guys. Guys will lie to you, and I've been caught in a situation where a man has lied to me. And when I found out he lied to me, and he actually had a wife, he told me the same thing. Like she cheated on me, I cheated on her. I don't know what to do. Like I don't really love her no more because now I'm confused and I'm hurt and blah blah blah. She's been with the same guy for years. That's not even cheating, a one-time thing. Now they're in a relationship and we're still together. And I'm like, well, why don't you leave her? Because they built so much together, it's hard to leave her. Now I can make you feel like a man. I could give you comfort. I could give you peace. But then what do I get out of it? I can't get nothing out of this my damn self other than I'm gonna be a side chick. And do I want to be disrespected like that? No. So at the end of the day, it's the same shit. They say the same thing over and over, and I've heard it in in three different people.
So the reason why I played the video because I wanted to ask the question on do side chicks understand men more than the women who are with the man than the main chicks, right? And I wanted to ask the women that because I mean I don't know, I don't have a side chick, so that's not really like I don't know, but from your perspective of hearing her speak, do you think she may, you know what I mean? Because they kind of, I mean, what you think, Kat? I see you, you know, I mean, I see you,
I'm
Kat.
still bothered by the fact that Melvis is saying that it's okay for a guy to go out of his way to get what he wants from someone else, but he's not willing to unselfishly get it. And Daisy is saying the opposite of the woman's why a woman would stick up for that. But really it's not the woman's issue to leave him or not. It's the man's right and responsibility to say, I'm not faithful to you. I'm not, you deserve better. I'm out of here. Like why
But
are we
it's in
putting
the
on a woman?
Bible that
Why are we
either way
putting
it
on a
goes,
woman to leave?
anybody
It
can
should be the
leave. Once
man who's saying,
somebody cheated on you, you can walk away, whether it be women or men. I hate that they always try to put it on men. We as a woman, we still have the right to say, I don't want this
yes.
and and
But
walk
why
away.
are men saying, I don't want this because I'm not faithful to you? That's what I'm trying to get
Exactly.
at is why is a man sitting there at a bar with his boys laughing about a side chick? And why is another man, I'm not talking about a boy, a man, not telling him, hey man, I can't sit here and laugh with you and ha 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 as a married man myself. I can't condone this. Dude, you need to do
But
better.
who,
Why aren't our
right?
men saying that to each other?
because
That's
because
the
I think,
bigger picture.
wait.
because
One
people
thing I
with
want to
glass
say, one
houses
thing,
can't throw stones. Just because a man is cheating in one area, a man not be may not be financially right in another. And you got two
Well,
dudes that are
financially.
actually in covenant, and this dude is not financially right, so he's bickering with his wife. His house is not right, but this man is cheating on his
hold on,
wife.
Tone, I
His
see.
finances is tight, and he's going to tell him that he's you know what? Hey man, you should be cheating on your wife. Hey man, you should get your fucking bank account in order. So you know what I
Yeah, but those are two totally different
Yeah,
things.
because
no,
I'm
Those are
not in
two
the
totally
right
different
place.
Cat,
things.
Either
Cat,
way
what
it
you have to
goes.
understand, hold on. The Cat, what you have to understand is that's real life. That happens. I
I
know
know
these men.
it happens, but one can end up having giving
She started.
She froze.
Yes, I think it started. But what I was-
Come back,
what
Cat.
it is what it is the projection is, you know what I mean, that I see. I want her to come back and finish.
She
Tone, I
froze.
see you in the back. We got like a couple minutes until we, you know what I
Make
mean,
sure you
kind of
set
wrap
up
this.
straight too, Cat. I
But
mean,
hold on.
Tone.
Yeah, set your thing down somewhere so you can kind of be still. Yeah, so it can like kind of be steady. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, people. If you're watching from YouTube, hit that like button. People, if you're watching from Twitch, hit the follow button. Follow us on Twitch, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Gas Mask Club TV podcast, where we still play out that bull. And yes, we're talking about it, side chicks. I'm gonna get into the next video, but let's get to these comments real quick. Oh, I read that one already. Jazzy says, just because you are used to someone doesn't mean you should stay in a relationship. Facts. UK says, Cat can't wrap her head around people are okay with poly or open relationships.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck?
Oh man,
We didn't
she
like
coming
that
back, man.
conversation last time we were talking about it either.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
This
yeah.
isn't
She
the
finna
first
come
time we
back.
were on here talking about Polly.
So I want to play another one, people, and this is going to be a little different. Why? Because this has to deal with a wedding. At the wedding, you guys probably seen this going around. Crazy. Check it out. Thank y'all guys so much. Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast. Gang. Yo, Tone, I see you in the back office. Hold on 1 second. Cat. Oh, hold on 1 second. Cat, you want to finish?
that went
You want
out.
to wait. 1 second. You want to finish before I go into the next segment?
Hey,
You
before
want
Um,
to
you
finish?
do, Cat, My girl came in here and said, give Cat a high five. So I guess I got to give you a high five.
Yeah, I know. Love you, mean it, but no, men need to. I'm not talking about boys. Men need to talk to other men to say, look, dude, the stepping out and having a mistress and having side chicks ain't cool. Black men don't
You
cheat.
messing up. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what should be going on in our communities. Instead of high-fiving each other about cheating and destroying families, we should be shunning guys who are doing that.
Right. But a man can't cheat if a woman don't give it, gang.
Oh no. Pregnant side chick crashes wedding.
That a husband owes to his wife until God by death shall separate you. Sister Kim, do you take this man to be your wedded husband? Or do you earnestly promise before God and these witnesses that you will love her, love him, comfort him, honor, and obey him?
Really, Anthony? You gonna act like you don't know me? What, you didn't take your psych meds today?
And that forsaken all others to him,
and I got your baby here?
Him, all the duty.
Anthony, I know you hear me. You better get out of my mama's wedding. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with her?
About to bring up on her. The whole family wedding that she about to get gang banged on. Oh my God.
People, we got 10 minutes before we end the show.
But they didn't even make it into the vows. I'm sorry.
Well, the pastor should have had enough.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm like, he said, what she say? William Anthony? William Now either she really crazy or he really cheated.
Okay, so
he ain't got no self-control, period.
Okay, I want to show some, so I want the people to understand that the reason why we play this video is for us to filter them out. And we generally bring up a question, but sometimes the video can kind of take everybody on and we filter it out ourselves. So with this video here, as you can see, you cannot see the baby mama, right? I'm gonna say she's the baby mama. People can say allegedly, but I don't know if a woman go just roll up to your wedding and be like, "I'm holding your baby," and I don't think they. I don't think they go just do some shit like that.
Mad enough, they would.
I know, but
would. Get her mad enough, and a woman is emotional, so yes.
Okay, but that's a far stretch though. Like, you know what I mean, in the sense that like she either Notice said it early. She either got to be like really mentally ill, like gone in the head.
She
her brain is not there.
Ain't no mentally ill. She's mad. And
anger is still crazy.
That's not. I want to wreck your wedding. I want your wife to know before you punch your wife. Give you her option. Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
He's not crazy. That guy is crazy for not loose ends before he got married.
How did not tell his girl that he had a baby?
Wait.
I'm just saying, if he was living a life that was righteous, no other woman will be coming up there doing that.
He's trifling. He's trying.
This guy.
I need you to be honest and transparent with me from day one.
Wait 1 second. Who is wrong in this matter? Who is to blame?
The person who brought you to the wedding.
He's to blame. It's his fault. He's the one.
Wait. Okay.
I think the one who barged in at the wedding, she's wrong.
She's wrong. I would blame her. Why? Because they weren't
I blame him. It's his fault.
UK is stupid.
They weren't technically married, you know what I mean, until after the vows and this whole, thing going on, right? They weren't technically married, so they were just dating or fiancés in the.
But apparently, he knew about his child, so it was a consistent relationship or something consistent of that sort.
No, No, obviously he didn't know because she came up there to let him know that you gonna do
No,
this.
he clearly said, "Oh, you gonna act like you don't know me? You gonna act like I don't have your child on me? You gonna act? Oh, okay." That
And
kind
that's
of
on
people
him
that-
because he should have tied up loose ends before he got married. That's a conversation you sit down with the
Thank
person.
you,
and
Cat. Thank you, Cat. Yeah, I agree, Cat. He should have tied up loose ends.
Hold on. How do both of you women sit there and convict this guy? What if
No,
she
I
just
said the woman was wrong for coming and barging the women.
Yeah, I think he was wrong, but he should have tied up loose ends.
crazy. Because
Correct.
I've had
Yeah, but
I've had
he should have been transparent and told her.
No, man,
Because
look.
if he would have did that and then controlled his side chick, then it would have been her fault.
I've had women be that batshit crazy. Like if they found out I was getting married like in a week, they would find out where that marriage is, where I'm hosting it at, creep in that marriage, and actually blow that shit. Yes, I'm telling you.
Why
There was a video today
10 months or 12
on
months.
TikTok.
Be getting
There
married
was a video today on TikTok.
2 months later.
It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a good example of why a man is at fault for things like this.
Fuck
The
that.
thin line
I saw
between
that
love and hate.
shit. I saw
No, I swear,
that.
and he said it. He said it's his fault because he went after her, brainwashed her after she done told her, "I'm crazy, leave me alone," and she was professional and she had her shit put together, and you still went after her and went after her and went after her and did all this stuff. Of course, you're gonna go crazy. Same thing with this girl, probably the same thing happened to her. It's his fault.
Are you reliving some truth or something? Because there ain't enough evidence to derive all this evidence you just brought up on this motherfucker. I don't know.
He should have been responsible.
I'm like, wait a minute now.
Like, Daisy, you got a trigger. She said, fuck that. You should have never. I told you I was crazy, motherfucker. You wanted to bother me. You still
I lost that. I'm kidding.
God damn.
Goofy Beast said, but the thing is that most people, I'm sorry, but most of everything that's being said about men can
also be said for women.
It takes two.
Yeah,
Also,
it could be said about women.
says,
Some women are
I
tried.
don't all the way agree with that either.
What? You don't agree with that?
No, because there's a lot of women that are messing with guys and they have no idea the guy's even married. Because
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I mean, there's so many situations of women being in situations like that.
It's not bullshit because it's happened to me.
It happens, and men don't be honest because
it's happened to
their
me.
Wedding ring, and they're going around flirting with girls.
Listen,
they're dating them once a month or twice a month, and she's thinking.
I just played you a video.
You know?
I just played you a video of a female talking about. No, that's not different. That's
no. I'm saying that video wasn't talking about like because he wasn't married.
There's many scenarios and different things happen to different people. You cannot say it does not happen. It happens often that married men step out, and because they don't want to ruin what they have at home, they lie to the side chick and they become side chicks without even knowing. You would have told me and gave me the option. I would told your ass no.
Okay, so I want to ask, who is more loyal in a relationship, men or women?
Women.
Well, first of all, I don't think it's a sex thing. It's a character.
No, it's women. Women are more loyal. Oh no, loyal. No, men are more loyal.
Women.
Who are more loyal in relationship? Women.
I think it's a sex thing. I don't think it's between men and women. I think both men and women need to get themselves together and they need to do better.
No, it's double standard.
Look at that.
But so
let's look up the facts.
Hey, facts.
Hold on. Before you go, bitch.
Facts say men are more loyal.
Cat, do you believe in forgiveness?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if a man cheated on you and then he asked for forgiveness, will you forgive him and still be with him?
Probably so, because that's what's required.
You would have to go to therapy.
There's no perfect person, right? But this is the difference between asking for forgiveness and habitual lying and habitual.
I totally understand. Yeah.
So I mean, everybody makes mistakes, so you can't be so naive to think that something might not happen, but when it's getting done in front of your face and there's no remorse, that's a problem.
Comment.
But don't you think some people are manipulated into believing like money for once. What if somebody was broke and they met somebody and then like he started cheating on them because he wasn't mature enough in that area. I call it maturity. They wasn't mature enough in that area, and then they like after a few times, then they were like really they got themselves together and be like, you know what, I'm matured in this area. I'm sorry, forgive me. Blah blah blah. When is enough? When is not enough enough?
I think that's subjective to the two people that are involved in that relationship. So it's hard to talk about someone's relationship without actually being a part of it or knowing both sides.
Yeah, but if you had to generalize it, no, Cat, generalize it. If you had to generalize it, right? We all know everybody and everybody's
Oh yeah,
right?
I can't see. It says women are more loyal in romantic relationships than men.
Bullshit. My bad, I didn't mean to hit that.
Did you say women are more loyal?
In
yep,
romantic
women
relationships.
are more loyal
in
romantic relationships than men.
That can't
better be romantic though.
Because 72% of women get divorced are the divorcee.
Well,
Yeah,
that's because they weren't
men are not
loyal.
loyal.
That's probably because they got cheated on.
We don't accept this
No,
loyalty.
women
To you guys,
that's why I asked you that.
you
That's
guys,
why I asked you
loyalty
that
is
question.
coming home to us. Is when you cheat, you're disloyal.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can I say something? All right, we done this before. I don't like always doing this because I sound like I'm woman bashing. But when you look up the statistics, every time. But when you look up the statistics, you start seeing that women are cheating at the average rate just as close to men.
You said just as close.
Just as close. They're behind you. They're behind.
Not more or the same.
You want to know the difference? It's like 4%.
Facts.
4.5% difference.
No, he's saying it's not the same.
It's a 4 to 5% difference.
It's close to. Like,
No. It's a 4 to 5% difference.
That's it.
So if we're at 25, you're at 20. Okay, cool.
And there's more men in the world, so naturally ours are gonna be higher.
Right.
Oh
So if you look, what? So when you look at
right, whether it's a man or a woman,
it takes two to tango, right?
No, but I'm saying whoever is a cheater, if it's a man or a woman, they're not right. It doesn't matter who it is.
Right, but we were saying loyal, right? And we were matching up who's more loyal, right? And because I divert the conversation because of what you were saying, and I'm like, well, who's more loyal? Because in relationship, I can tell you that dudes would get married like head goom, you know what I mean, right? And then like they'll kind of feel like things are slacking off, and the woman wants to still have that hot romantic thing, still, you know what I mean, balling, and you know what I mean. And it's like, well, life start hitting, and you know he started thinking about.
He's not lying. I'm looking like, damn, it's true. But
yeah, you think we was gonna hit you with the facts? We'll smack you with the fact book.
Yeah, but
still, that makes y'all more disloyal than us.
What are we achieving?
By
women are cheating a lot. Like,
4%.
what does that achieve though? Like we should be talking about, hey, how can we fix people from destroying our communities? Like let's. You know,
no. The reason why I went here because you had said men as at fault. Men were at fault, right? It was like
we're talking about side chicks. Yeah, men are at fault for that.
Yeah, because you guys don't tell the whole truth about
unless you talk about
side
women
chick
having side
situation. You don't give people the options of wanting to be the side chick situation. You don't. You hide it.
Okay, what if we do tell you, hey, you know what? You're not giving me what I need. I'm about to go get it from somewhere else. And your wife said,
they
okay.
Gonna tell your ass no. A lot of them are gonna say no. Some of them might say yeah. But I mean, like a girl like me, they don't have to lie to because I'm gonna tell your ass no.
Honestly, if a guy was bold enough to say something like that to his wife, hey, I'm gonna go get it to someone else, he doesn't deserve her.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't deserve her. He should leave. If you're bold enough, if you respect your wife enough
with her that you guys want to open relationship, and then tell the side chick. Like I think if I had an option of you being honest with your wife, and then coming to me, and I like your wife, and I might just be like, yeah, shit.
One at a time.
You deserve to get anything that you get because anybody who's disrespecting their wife like that in their face and saying, oh yeah, if you don't do this, I'm going to go do this. You deserve everything you're going to get. And you should just leave that situation, because you're never going to honor her if you're talking to her that way. You don't even respect her anymore. There's no respect in that marriage anymore. If
What
a woman
happened to
went to
people?
her
What happened
husband
to
and
guys
said, hey, if
telling
you don't do this,
it's no
I'm going to go
respect
sleep
if
with my
you
neighbor. Would you
don't
stick around
bring
for
it
that?
up.
Would you
Biz,
stick around with a
I'll be
wife if
honest.
she came home to
I'm
you
be
and said,
honest.
hey, if you don't cut that grass tonight, I'm going to go get JoJo. He going to do it for me and he going to break my back out. Would you stay with her?
That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is.
It's
At all.
exactly the same thing, though.
I
It is.
think
You wouldn't
look,
stay.
fuck
women-
You
JoJo.
would
You
not
could go
stay.
up to your wife and say, "Hey, babe, like let's keep this fresh and sexy. Can we bring another girl in this
Neither
or
one of you
something?"
guys
And
would
be
stay.
honest.
You
Like,
guys
if not,
wouldn't stay because you
give
would
her
know
the
at that
option of
point
saying
she
yes
no
or
longer
no. But
respects you.
y'all don't do that. Y'all be having to lie and sneak.
So I get you. What y'all have to understand,
Stop
women
giving me
have
black eyes over here. I'm just asking the
look.
question. Goddammit.
No, giving black eye. But I gotta say this: women, when women cheat, or if a woman cheat, it's more of an emotional term. It's like it's an emotional thing. She already built
most part it
investment
is.
into this man. She've already, like, you know what I mean? There was time spent. A woman don't just fucking do like that. I mean, unless she's out there like that. I'm not saying that. But we're talking about when it comes to this point on the cheating fact, she has to build, like, you guys emotionally. There's an emotion with that. It's
That's
not like,
not that's not one. Well, it's true, but I feel like it's also like that with a man, because if you have to go find you a side chick is not a prostitute or a hoe that you just going to have sex and then leaving her. You're invested time with her too. So eventually you're probably going to get attached to her. And I know this for a fact because the person that I was with, he had done this before. And the reason why she did it to him and she had kept that man around for years is because he did it to her. And he was in what's it called, Atlanta, and he was staying with the pretty whatever she was. I think she was a stripper. He was living with her. So that means that somewhere along the line, he had to have feelings for her. And he had feelings for me. So at the end of the day, you don't think a man that's going to consistently be with another woman is not going to have feelings. Y'all might not be in love with that girl, but y'all going to have feelings. And that's going to hurt your wife as well.
having feelings will be like you're in love with it, like, you know.
It's not puppy love because you're
No, but that's no
I mean,
having feelings. What you're saying is having feelings is not like in love. No, having feelings is being in love with her. If you got feelings for her, quote unquote, you love her. But the way men
Yeah,
love
catching feelings. We call it catching feelings. Yeah, catching
yeah,
feelings.
well,
we
he
call it
caught
catching feelings.
feelings.
You know what I mean? Like, you fell in love.
So
I mean,
it's equally involvement on both sides.
right,
Look,
but it's
look,
not the same. Men don't love the same way like women love. Like,
let me ask you a
love
question,
is
Daisy.
you know?
Daisy, have you smashed a guy you didn't like or love?
No, because I'm
Okay.
not.
Okay.
I mean, I could be a gold
Great.
digger, and I could
Perfect.
be with a rich man if I want to, because I mean, I'm not ugly, and I've had that in my face before. But would I do that? No, because I always
But a
feel like
man
it's
would. A
protecting.
man would. though.
Exactly. Understandable. But Kat, have you ever, if it's okay to ask, you never, right? Let you like or love. Well, guess what? Men do it all the time. Smash you and can throw you straight in the trash and not even feel bad about it.
All men
Look,
don't
he
do
can
that.
smash you. He can smash you. You can die in a car accident the next 10 minutes and he wouldn't budge. That's how crazy when it comes to a guy. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm not saying that it's all men need to think that way. But what I'm saying is that's a fact of the matter. I sit in locker rooms. I just sit at basketball courts. I didn't went to college with some of these
And
cats.
I believe it. I believe it.
Dudes are ruthless. Just don't get me wrong. Women are more ruthless. But dudes, when it comes to dudes who are passing to the home,
but see, you didn't know their
y'all
name
don't have that thing. Y'all don't
because
have that
you just
thing. Hey, bitch,
kept
let
going.
me pass
Not
this guy.
one person consistently. I'm talking about that.
Men would pass it to the homie. Y'all don't have a thing like
those aren't
men.
Those aren't men. Those are boys.
Not all of them. Some of them.
Boys playing with toys.
Yes, those are grown boys. Okay?
UK is an
Grown
ass.
boys.
He said I've smashed many women and they know their names.
But it wasn't someone that he kept on living with or staying with, or you know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is, I did that to make a point.
To him, they're just toys.
That's what
they're
I'm
not,
just trying to
and
make the
it's
point that
obvious that he has
men don't
many.
need
Like,
to
it's not one consistent female.
men don't need to look. I just smashed a female about 3-4 times in a row. I didn't have no feelings for her. The only feelings I had for her was as a human being. Like if she broke her leg or stubbed her toe, I'm like, oh, are you okay? All right, cool. Yo, you need me to get you a band-aid? That's fine. But at the end of the day, I would not pay for her to get no oatmeal. Like,
Oh wow.
Let's
she
see,
wanted to.
the one I had
That's
was
something you
paying
do for
for
your.
oatmeal, was paying for
See,
stuff, was paying for
like, but
love
he's a
shit.
simp.
So
See,
yeah, he had.
check. See, you
I
have to
love
understand. See, a
him.
lot of
That's
women get
cool.
this twisted. You have to understand what type
Okay,
of
I can
dudes
see
you
this.
with, too. Like sometimes you have to understand. Like
To
sometimes
you, it's
y'all,
simping,
a
but to
lot of
me, it's
women be with
romance.
betas, man. A lot of women be with betas, and they'll do
Yeah,
all that simp shit, and then you'll think that's all men, and like,
more betas out
no,
there.
that's not true. Now I give you this. There are more simps out there,
I think he tapped into
and
it.
there are more
It's
betas out
called
there.
romance. Yeah, you guys always titling something wrong.
And
It's
we just call it what
romance.
it is. We just
You
call it
you
what
call
it
it
is.
simping, I call it romance. Y'all,
I
that's
just
because
call
y'all
it what
not
it
used
is.
to that no more. Y'all not used to
No,
romance. Y'all
no,
don't want
because
romance because you feel like if you don't have the money, really, honestly, a lot of the times it's because you don't have the money or you don't have the time.
no,
So,
she's needy as fuck. She's just
Preach.
needy as fuck. All right, bruh. She's needy,
what?
bruh.
Oh, now
Preach.
I'm needy. Now you
Crazy is
gonna label me needy?
preaching.
Okay, I
No,
don't
I'm
get
just
it.
saying. I'm
That
just
means
saying. I'm
that
not
means
naming
people that
you.
are broke and they got no money.
I'm not naming you that. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? That's something that men have to watch out for. Like when you're trying to build something and you want like every dollar counts type of shit, and it's like, we gotta keep it spicy. It's like great. But
I
right
mean,
now
no,
we
and
need to
a
vibe.
simple woman don't want a romance every day. That's what y'all think that women, these gold
If you
diggers, want that shit every day. We need at least a day or so, at least once a month. That's the minimum that we
minimum
deserve.
a
Once a
minimum
month, day at least.
Girl, you was not on last week when they said men need sex 7 days a week. And I said, well, what are you doing for us 7 days a week? It needs to be mutual.
But
So
you
if
know
you need
what?
sex
When I
7
Providing,
been
days a
with
week,
my baby daddy at
providing.
least 5 or at least every other day, then I started getting suspicious because they do. They
I
especially if
know,
they
but I'm
have a
saying
high
it's
sex
always
drive.
they need. I'm like, well,
Look,
And
wait a minute. I said, let's
so
balance it.
let me
yeah, so who's the needy one?
let
I'm
me
like,
be
who's
clear. You
needy?
guys are funny.
Who's needy?
Who's
You guys are
really
funny.
needy?
Look, let me be honest. And
all we need is some
and Biz,
wet punani and some hair. We
Biz,
good. You know what
I
I
Every
know,
mean?
day,
Biz,
but you ain't willing to
Yeah,
be
give up
honest with me. Be
nothing.
honest with Biz. Be honest.
a
I
lot.
don't need sex 7 days a week. Do I think about sex 7 days a week? Probably so. Even after I didn't came to my senses about 2 or 3 times in that week, I'm still thinking about it. I don't want it, but at least I'm thinking about it.
And maybe
So
she's
it's
still
not
thinking
necessarily
about
that
going
we
out to
want it
dinner.
7 days
You
a
know,
week,
crazy
especially
statistics is
when
that
it's over.
women think about sex more than men.
I was gonna say women are way more sexual than you guys think they are. It's
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
that
we
they have
are
self control.
sensual.
yeah,
Because if we
yeah.
didn't have self control, you guys would all be sitting in a corner crying somewhere. Because she would have been done, went out with your best friend, your cousin, the doctor,
Nah,
and everybody
women.
else.
Nah, I don't think
No,
so
no,
because
no.
women are
We're
too
just gonna fuck
attractive.
another bitch that'll give it to us with no
Oh
self-control.
gosh, you
I,
guys,
hey,
No
hey,
self-control.
you guys stop.
You ain't got no self-control. I'm
Like,
finding
what
that.
you do? We can do it.
thank
Yeah.
y'all for tuning in,
She said
man.
that.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast.
Freaking Jay.
World's greatest. You know what I mean?
I love you guys.
People, we get down. We're down to our last one. We out of here, people. I would like to thank you guys for. Okay, bam, I got it. I would like to thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, hit that like button. The more you like it, the more people see it, get
And
out.
just like
Of course, we want everybody to see this. But yeah, we're gonna get into this last video before we head out of here. Everybody give their conclusions, and then we're getting to the last word with notice.
Looks is gonna get the man, but you know what keeps the man? Respect. Bitches is always talking about why her and not me, because she respects his shit. Because even when they have a heated debate or they're arguing, she has boundaries. The last thing a man wants to feel like is he's being emasculated and disrespected by the woman he's supposed to love. Facts.
Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna get her face. I'm gonna get her face and her quotation tattooed on my back.
Yeah, it was like her delivery was kind of hard, like very manly.
Yeah.
But so I was like, she seemed like she would go off on her dude the way she was like, yeah, and you know,
no, she was talking to y'all.
No, but I mean, her delivery was very masculine, right?
No, it wasn't.
Her message was very on point. Like all men need respect, just like women need love.
Fuck that masculinity. I was distracted by her hair and her makeup.
Where
like,
there's a I think the disrespect thing. I think that at the end of the day, if we're at the point where we're disrespecting each other,
well,
then we don't need to be around each other. But there is a conversation we need to have if we really want to be together. And I mean, and there's a difference between a relationship once more and a marriage, because the marriage is more of a commitment than a relationship where I could just walk away from you.
So I wanted to ask the question. The question is, do women know how to respect men?
I mean, every woman's raised differently. So that's a very broad.
Well, okay. Are women raised to respect
Some are,
men?
some are not.
Some are and some are not. But I think that
which ones are? Which one are? Now,
That's for you guys to decipher when you're dating.
Kat, I can tell you was raised to respect the man. Now I can tell right off that by your answers, by the things that you say from the first time I met you. Now, that's not to say anything bad about you, Daisy, but I don't know you. So like, you know what I mean? And the other women out there, I can't really, I don't, you know what I mean? That's you said
I was raised to hold my own. So if I feel disrespected, I mean, well, I was at one point where if I felt disrespected, I'm disrespecting you. But I've learned that if I felt disrespected, I'm going to tell you how I feel, and then I'm going to walk away. Because at the end of the day, there's no energy here left to be sitting here crying over one man when there's plenty of fish in the sea. And if you're disrespecting me, that means where is our base of building this house? And the house is the relationship. You already broke it by disrespecting me. So why would I stick around?
Facts. Okay. Well, is that your younger self talking as well?
No, that's my now self, because that's facts. A lot of women are not sticking around for the disrespect or the lying. Now, if you want me to forgive you, then there's actions behind that. Just like a love is an action word. It's not, oh, well, I'm sorry, and then you continually do the same thing over and over. It's not going to happen. We're not building off of that anymore. You know, back in the day, it was my grandma did it, my mother did it, everybody else, grandma and mama and papa did it. But no, not now. Nowadays, it's a whole different level now, and we're not dealing with it.
I asked that because a lot of women, a lot of young women, they feel that way, and a lot of them, even if they were raised correctly, still carry that kind of like that torch of disrespecting men if they feel disrespected, or they just don't come in the like, if you ain't got nothing to offer me, then I don't really need you. That's what it seems like for most women nowadays. Like, if you have nothing to offer me, if you ain't got the bag, if you don't got the bag, you don't get my time. Like,
that's not right.
That first to me is disrespectful. A man's pockets should not have nothing to do with how you should be treating each other. First and foremost, that's me just personally. Now, if he wants something stable with you, and he shows you his finances, or he elaborates his finances, that's another thing. But I think as a whole, we didn't got away from getting to know each other before we start checking for what a motherfucker got. We used to send letters to a motherfucker. I remember I used to wait by the fucking mail from one of my girlfriends to send a fucking letter to me with those hearts on it and kissy marks to seal the kiss in the envelope. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I act like
why'd you stop?
Huh?
So then why y'all stop the cutesy stuff?
Cause motherfuckers, it's
Because
easier to
you
get it
send
in
things.
the
But
direct
what's
message.
always
Put in my
easy is not
DM.
always
That
what's
message.
best. You just answered your own question. What's always easy is not what's always best.
You know, I understand that, but I'm talking about for the masses. Of
But
course,
this
I can direct you.
financial stuff, it goes both ways because
Who the fuck
if
got
I
time to
do
be buying
recall, you
stamps?
guys said secure the bag for the woman the last time we were on live. You told us we needed to secure the bag first before we get in a relationship. Remember that? So it goes
No,
both ways.
no, no, no,
So
no, no,
how
no, no,
could
no.
I look
No.
at you
Secure the
and be
bag. I
like,
said
you
check the
gotta
bag.
make sure I gotta make sure you got
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
security
wait,
your
wait,
bag
wait,
if I have to secure my bag.
wait, wait,
You know
wait,
what I
wait,
mean?
wait.
Where's the
I
building and where's the respect?
so
I'm gonna come in
so
and I'm gonna show you how I want you to treat me first.
okay,
I'm gonna be like
okay.
the
I got
teacher.
you.
You got the A
Mm-hmm.
until you
All
show
right,
me
I taking
you are
notice. Mm-hmm.
leveling down, and I'm gonna take points away from you. Remember, I said when he gave me those flowers, I took
Damn.
points away because the flowers were not the flowers I wanted. You learned
God
me for a
damn.
reason.
Like,
So
oh my
check.
god. Did you
So
just
check.
say you gonna start deducting points on a nigga?
I'm gonna
Like
give you
Street
an
Fighter?
A until you show me
This,
that you no
this is
longer need my respect, and then
this
I'm
is
gonna
like
walk
Street
away.
So we gonna Street Fighter this shit and Mortal Kombat this shit until you hit the
I
fatality button.
love Street Fighter.
And
How
look
you
at your
know?
He's so fucking stupid. I love it.
So
I
I
love
used
that
to
shit.
love going to the liquor store and playing the damn machine. I bought it for my kids.
Oh yeah.
so
They coming out with a new one. But
Mortal
FYI.
Kombat too. We have that too.
I got that shit too. Anytime you want to see me, homie.
Game Face says the person you're with should enhance your life. You should be complete as a person on one your own first. So
You know
now
what?
check. I have a thing. I have a thing that I say that a woman should. She don't have to, but advice, theory. But you should marry the man legacy instead of him, right? Of course, attraction is everything. So you want to, of course, make sure he's attractive, but marry the legacy. You know what I mean? And I've gotten like, no, you should marry him because if it's love and da 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 and blah blah. And I'm like, well, people fall in and out of love every fucking time. Like we gotta like, you know what I mean? It's a mission, it's a journey. You know what I mean? Not every time we're gonna wake up, you know what I mean, happy to see each other every day. You know what I mean? We're gonna get tired of each other. You know, where's the love then? You know what I mean? Sometimes you need that time to like, you need to understand how to experience growth and grow with each other, especially guys, if you guys married or whatever the case may be. It's different. So I just understand that if you marry the man legacy, then you're more so understanding his plan. You understand what he's into. You're not just picking a man just because of his attraction and his pockets. You know what I mean? You understand his goal. You guys' goals align up, right? You know what I mean? Those are the things. And I say that if she's not into what you're into, if she's not into your dream more than you, then no, because she's not gonna, you know what I mean? Women tend to have this push with men that like y'all can push us to become Superman, you know what I mean? And but you would have to like you guys will have to be in the same field, like in the same frequency in the sense. You get what I mean? Like, I don't know, I'm just let's say a guitar player, right? And female guitar player met a bass guitar player guy. You get what I mean? Like they match, you know what I mean, with each other. So she's gonna anytime she's he's talking or he feels off or she's she know how to say the words to getting pushing and getting him out there because they're in the same field. She knows those code words. They're in the same place. I think a lot of women get with men because of attraction and this possibility and this potential. and dudes and the dudes on the side, we be laughing like, oh, you married for potential? Okay. Okay. You gotta
But
go
like you
in like
said, when the right woman's gonna push you to the level where you're at. I mean, look at Tia and Tamara or whatever. She married a homeless guy, and she actually got him to the potential where he's at. He was homeless.
Yeah, it's not
yes,
about
both
money,
people.
it's about the character of people. But
Yeah, both people
Yeah.
need
I mean,
yeah.
and then I don't get with people just because I have to see something. I have to see you have a heart, and that you actually got something going. Like my first baby daddy, I obviously, and I have to. My first baby daddy, I saw that he actually wanted to change his life. I'm not gonna lie, like at that time, I think I bonded with his pain, and I even asked his mother to talk to him and all that stuff because I also have felt abandoned in my life. So like he felt because he's Belizean, so he was left in Belize while she came over here and created this whole entire life, had two kids, and he didn't even completely come to stay with her till he was 15. And then she had a stroke, and then he ended up in the street. So I bonded with his pain. I also bonded with his trauma. So I mean, it's not all about, oh, okay, well, I want to be with you with money. You know, like he had two jobs, so I did see the potential, and I saw that there was a possibility that he wanted something bigger for himself. He wanted a weed shop. I want to have a foster home and have foster kids. So I mean, if you have a good heart enough that you're taking care of your mother who cannot move from here to her feet because the stroke made her not move at all. So if you're like, I felt that that was him having a good heart. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, oh, I'm not going around looking for the man to specifically have this amount of money.
Right. I want to give last words conclusion on tonight, but I'll say something, and I'll let it go to Miss Cat, Miss Daisy, and then we get into the last words with notice. Um, so when I spoke of the potential, I was really speaking on true facts, like on myself, right? Like at the time, my wife saw what you saw, potential, right? Of course, they're like, oh yeah, he's going somewhere, blase blase with the roof, right? You know what I mean? But I made that happen, but I tend to like kind of saw, and I told her like after we went to the Tupac estate and we saw with the Tupac museum, and we were just looking at everything, and I'm like, look, see this? This is legacy. This is what you married. You know what I mean? You married legacy. This is you. You know what I mean? Like those are the things that I'm saying. Like is what. Yes, I'm different. Yes, I mean, I'm always conscious and I'm always thinking of, you know what I mean? And I can see things and keep accountability because I hold strong accountability. Oh man. But I can keep accountability in ways to understand and like places where I need to grow. Right. And I know I'm not the perfect and the greatest dude on the planet in the sense of where I can like look at a person and say that, everybody's great because I don't think everybody's great. So, obviously, but what I'm saying is there's things that men have to learn throughout growing as men. And when men tend to do that, they're about the age of around 27, close to 30. Because now they really just want to like just settle down and just peace, you know. And I think it's cool. I could be wrong. I'm not telling people to do this, but meet a guy, like if she's 20, 25 or whatever, meet a dude in his 30s, 31, 32, something. You know what I mean? They tend to be kind of settled down in a sense where they just kind of want more peace. They're out of college or whatever, whatnot, you know. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them. So don't be like, is that every dude who's 30? It's good. No, I'm not saying all of them. You know what I mean? But I there was another one I saw that a lot of women are passing up. No, the man in your friend zone is your husband, or you know what I mean. And there's things that women have friends and they like, I like, yeah, he good, blah, 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 but he's always texting, checking up on you, see how you doing, and da 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 da. You know what I mean? He just wants the best for you. He just want to see you successful. You know what I mean? He don't hold no malice. He's not trying to like, you know what I mean? And a lot of women like kind of put those dudes because they may not be like all that attractive or they may not have all the wealth there, but they just good people. So, and they friends on them. And you know, I mean, sometimes, most of the times, those be your husband, and you just really overlooking it and not even like giving it a chance, So, but that's my take on it, you know what I mean? And that's why niggas get side pieces. I'm playing. I'm joking. But Miss Cat, I'll let you give your last word.
I just want to encourage everybody to, embrace the people that are in your circle and help them to be better people. If you know someone that they're having a troubled relationship or that they're struggling in a relationship, encourage them to do the right thing and be that voice to them so that they won't mess up their life or mess up their children's life, because it's all about us building each other up and building our communities. Never forget that.
Gang.
I gotta go. I love you guys. See you later.
Love you more.
Bye.
Love you too, girl.
Miss Daisy, before we head out of here, last words.
No, I just want to say thank you for having me. And my baby is coughing, so I have to get out of here as well.
Yeah,
For
but
sure.
send
Talk to you guys
mother.
later.
Pleasure having you. Can't wait to see you back here next week. People, we're gonna have a great conversation. It's gonna be dope. Miss Daisy, thank you so much. Also, we can get to the list comment. Game Face 009 said true. Girls want to party with the bad boys, then try to marry the good guy after they're all damaged. From the wild ones. Sad.
Saying.
Sad.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I say like
Yeah.
you're like they want to go live their best life and live this life. And you know what? It could be the caveat to next show. Talk about Andrew Tate, because even my daughters is talking about this cat, and I guess he's getting a bad reputation with women. Way hated on more than Kevin Samuels. He's getting hated on way more than Kevin Samuels, for what I'm learning. I mean, even my daughters is like, "Do you know who he is? Do you like him?" I said, I
Yeah.
agree with some of the things he's saying. I don't agree with other things he say. Some of the things he say he's real. Some of the things he say is very just off the wall. So, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
We'll definitely have a conversation about Andrew Tate. I fuck with Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? I think people got
But
him
not all the
wrong. I
way.
think he's very blunt.
I
I
think
mean,
he's
I just
too cocky. Too cocky.
I don't. I think when you're powerful and when you know that, like when you're powerful in the sense when you very confident in yourself, it could come off as very, 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 like you said, too cocky. Too cocky. But
Well, he
when
speaks
you
for
already
all
know
men.
what you
He acts like he
well,
speaks for all men. And I'm like, you don't speak for me, my guy. Like, I understand what you're trying to say, but no, you can't generalize it in that
Daisy
sense
want to
of
say
all
something?
men. Daisy, you
You
on
want
mute?
you on mute, Daisy?
She probably put it in her pocket or something. Oh, there you go.
No, I'm sorry. I was just watching the rest of it because I had to get my son some medicine. He was coughing. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Do you think?
Yeah, so that's like that's something I don't think he's, you know what I mean? Apologize if I offended anyone tonight. No, you didn't, bro.
No,
Hell
no,
no.
that's
No.
what we here for. Gas mask
No,
tribe.
what'd
You
he
part of
say?
the tribe.
What? What'd he say?
Yeah,
He said
I don't
something
think you
crazy?
offended anybody. I don't know.
No. He
He
said,
probably just feeling a
fucking
little, a
crazy.
little guilty or something. I don't know. But
No.
the thing that is,
No, you did good,
I don't.
man. Yeah, no, you good.
So
So
yeah,
that's
man.
the link. There's the link there, people. There's the link there. Of course, I'm gonna get into the after hours, but we gotta get into the last words with notice. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast. Y'all hit that like button. Go follow us on Instagram. Gang, gang, gang.
Chill.
Man. Last words.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull. Tonight was crazy. I'd like to give a special thanks out to Kat, another thanks out to Daisy, and all of our tribe supporters. Man, we getting thick up in the comment section. You make sure that you like, follow, share, and subscribe. You already know. The more we see y'all, the more we do the podcast, and then we can start passing out some free merch around there. Ain't that right, my bees? Now, with that being said, the caveat,
Gang, gang, gang.
Last and final words were noticed. When it comes to a side piece, you know what I mean? I particularly am not in the business of doing side pieces, but when I was, and even doing side pieces anymore. But when I was young. Most people who act the way they do are young. They live like there is no tomorrow because it's kind of not if they don't. They're young, have to be filled with life. There's so much more to life than easier than just settling for one. So, but when it comes to these older cats, I kind of agree with what Kat said. You know, it should be each one teach one at that particular moment. And if you see a fellow guy of yours messing up, throw something up in his ear. Let him know that he not moving right. And maybe one day we can all function together as a tribe, and maybe we can look out after each other. That's just my take on it. Don't be mad at the side pieces though. Somebody's got to have a job. Somebody's got to do it, because if you ain't doing it, I think you should self-check yourself as a woman. And if you're not satisfied, you should self-check yourself as a man if you're not delivering. You hear what I'm saying? With that being said, take care, brush your hair, wash your hands, and say your prayers, because Jesus and germs is everywhere. Church.
What's good, world? We in the after hours. You already know. We're gonna go a couple minutes with y'all. Yo, thank y'all so much. Y'all see the link. The link is in the comments. You can go ahead and tap the link in the comments if you would like to expound on the show. If you'd like to know debate with anyone, you felt like, yeah, I mean, we was bullshitting, you want to filter out some shit, hit that link. Hit that link, man.
Tone,
Let's have
it's a
the
good time for
convo.
you to come in, Tone.
Yeah, Tone. Where you at, Tone? You know what I mean? He probably went to go smoke the bleezy or some shit. Yeah, man. But yeah, but I definitely enjoyed the convo. I thought it was, very thought provoking. We kind of hit a lot of areas, and you know what I mean. I think it'll be good.
We had a steady stream, steady comment. I think we can just get that by the end of this week.
Gonna be good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great, man. I'm back. What you back for, fool? What you back for?
What you back for? Gotta go take his smoke break.
Now we gotta start fucking with you. Now we.
Oh, he had to go take his enema. And his enema.
You know he gonna start hitting you with the old man jokes. You know what I mean?
I don't give a shit. Give a shit.
Goofy Beast. Where you been at, man? Yeah. Also, who we got up in here? Game Face.
2009. We had Mr. J.
Oh man,
UK.
give a shout out. We're giving shout outs to everybody right now.
Hey, Dirty, I got some awful news for you. What we talking about?
What's popping? What's popping, man?
Oh, smoking and talking on the phone. What's popping? Yeah, let us know. UK said he was smoking and talking on the phone. How do men view a side piece? Was she ever a main chick? Nah, not all the time.
How do men?
Sometimes
let's break that up. Let's break that up. Okay.
How do men view a side piece?
All right, the first one. How do men view a side piece? Regarding respect, follow the golden rule.
Okay. How do men view a side piece? How do you view a side piece?
Thank you, Game Face. How do I view a side piece? Man, I think okay. So for me, I'm being truthful. I think they're a waste of time, but you know what I mean. Just somebody who
pastime.
Huh?
Oh, here we go with the jokes. I don't think they're a waste of time. They're a pastime. Something to do to get your time to go past.
But will she ever be a main chick? She would be a main chick to another dude. Probably not that dude, depending on
not that dude.
Right, depending on what is established. Like, you know what I mean? No dude is like trying to make the side chick his wife.
Not all the time, because there's some ones that left them. You know what I mean?
Then she wasn't a side piece. He fell in love with her. She
it's
wasn't a
happening.
side piece.
What is Daisy popping? What is she doing?
That-
She keep popping back in. Daisy, what's going on, girl?
that was upset. She was never. Is that it's hella rare for a side piece to become a main. I'm telling you. Yep. To
Yeah.
another dude,
The reason
probably
why she
for
a
a whole
biscuit is because she a biscuit.
right, and she's comfortable with that. Some women like being comfortable with that side piece work.
Something you
The
missing.
purpose of a side piece is to give you something you're missing, right? But I don't do side pieces, so I'm guessing. Well, it's. I think it's these dudes is getting like these older men are like getting it from these young chicks are just hanging out. Like there's dudes just take women out and they ain't trying to like so they're not like they're missing. They just want something else to add to it. And I'm not saying that you're wrong because no, you're right. But I'm just adding to that. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes too just be trying to hang out with the chick. They just like
Man,
females. Some dudes just like females around them. I'm being straight up and they got bread to pay for it. They don't mind spending a couple grand and keeping their house straight and keeping blase blase and the women never know or whatever. They ain't trying to. There's some dudes in the industry. I ain't gonna put no names out there because may fuck up some homes, but there's some dudes in the industry, in the music industry, that has that actual thing. Well, they don't have sex with them.
Kevin
I
Gates.
know. Yeah, like I mean I don't know if Kevin does it, but these
No, he
dudes don't
openly
have.
admits it.
No, they don't. Well, these dudes don't have sex with him. Like, nah, I ain't trying to put my dick on it because you know, I mean, these bitches be seeing other niggas. You get what I mean? Like, they're smart
Yeah,
about it. They just want to hang. They just want a bitch to hang out with instead of their significant other, in a
I guess
sense, you
so.
know.
I guess
But
so. Yeah.
you know what I mean. But I'm not saying it's always the. I don't know the statistic on that. I'm
I
not.
think a
That's
lot
too
of
hard.
men too are like
Scared the shit out of me.
they're probably stressed out in their relationship in their current situation, or they're what is it called, devalued, or basically what is it called when your manhood is being pushed down or stepped on,
Demasculine, demasculating.
dismasculated, yeah, that. And so they find someone that can make them feel what they used to feel with their wives.
Yeah, that feeling young again, and
Like,
feeling
yeah, like I
that
am a
rush of
man
love, or
now.
that feeling
And
that
I
rush of
think that's
I
excitement.
am a
where,
man
Yeah,
now.
so
The
yeah.
stuff that
yeah,
women say be mind boggling me. It be
but
like,
it's
I am
Because
a
it goes
true.
on in
man
their head
now.
like
It's
that.
I
funny,
That's what
but
happens.
it's
That's what
true.
happens in their That's what happens in their brain. They were like, they feel like we have conquered this
Yeah,
rock,
I'm a man
this
now.
It is so
we,
true, though.
man.
Bata,
It is all about an
bata.
ego. You're feeding their ego, and a lot of them need their ego fed because they're probably being demasculated, whatever, at home, and that's what's going on. They no longer feel that from whoever. Like that's the situation. Even with Kanye, with is it Kanye West? He
Yeah,
went to pay like $5,000 to a stripper to tell her all his
That ain't no
business,
money.
just so that he could let her lend a ear to him and whatever else they were doing. And she freaking put it out on social media because guess what? Sometimes all they want to do is be heard. Or even when I dated an artist, I knew he wasn't going to stay with me because he most likely had to travel and blah blah blah. Like a lot of them just want to be listened to and just want to chill and want to be, a human, because other than that, they're every day they're busy, they're doing this, they're doing that, blah blah blah. But that's artists. We're talking about
Can I ask?
regular
Can
ass
I ask you?
men here.
So can I ask you a question? Let's take it off of regular ass men. I just want to ask a hypothetical. Well, I don't know if it's hypothetical. Whatever. Do you think? Do you think most artists? Do you think most artists have multiple women?
Yeah, I used to talk to, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, because I'm 38. Like the guy that was the two Dominican guys that played the violin
It's a lot of Dominican guys
on
that play
on E
violins.
on BET. They had them on BET. They had them. They used to play hip hop with their violin. That's how good they
Oh
were.
shit! Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I used to
Yeah.
talk to one of the brothers, and I guarantee you that with me, because he had to have somebody in every freaking city he went or wherever he was going because he was traveling. And like I just like it dawned on me and I was like, well, I'm not the only girl you're talking to. So I'm not going to sit here and fantasize a whole life relationship with you because of the fact that I knew you're here, you're there, you're everywhere. And even if you did text me while you were out of state, because I had seen him a couple of times, and he will mainly call me when he was in town. So I'm like, that ludicrous song, different hosts and different area codes. That's what I picked up from him because I wasn't stupid. I was a model, and I just kind of figured that's what he did. I also talked
So,
to somebody from Extreme.
but you wasn't a side piece because he didn't have a main piece. So you wasn't a side
Well,
piece. That's a good thing.
I didn't know that for a fact, but I'm pretty sure I don't,
If you felt that way, I'm pretty sure he didn't have a main piece. Most dudes who have that type of schedule who is running like that, and they're in the hip hop world. The hip hop world, you'll find a lot of that in the hip
Well,
hop.
the one from
You
Extreme,
know,
he did have a someone at home because he
who the
told
one?
me like later on.
The one you was with?
Yeah, he was the browner skin one from Extreme. He told me
Brownie.
yeah.
Damn. So would a female friend? They ask in the comments. But is a female friend a side piece? They ask in the
A female
comments.
friend, no, unless it's friends with benefits and she knows what's going on.
That would
Then
be
she's letting herself be a side piece.
yeah. I think that would be kind of like defeat the purpose of friends, right?
Yeah.
No friends at all. But talking to and dating is one thing, an exclusive relationship is another realm. Right, right. No, that's two. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but some men don't feel like a exclusive relationship even matters because I even like I was obviously in a relationship with the father of my son, and I swear like I was going through it because it hurt me that whatever he was doing, he wanted me to be at home. I was his main piece, I was his girl, I was his wifey, right? But then he had all these other hoes around him, and I call them hoes because they knew I was his girl, and they were obviously bi, and I had already told him like, yeah, I'm bi curious, but like I had already got pregnant, so I
What's
wasn't
bi
like I
curious?
hadn't been with a girl. So
What's
like for
what's bi
him not to
curious?
communicate, yeah, if you haven't communicated that you're doing this stuff with these girls, then you're cheating on me. And so like next
We
thing
are
I
married.
know,
We are married.
we were not, but this is what my point is. Like a lot of men don't think that like cheating or doing what they're gonna do outside of you while you're just in a relationship, because that's how they see it. Oh, this is just a relationship, it's not marriage. Then they don't have to be that committed to you and they don't feel as bad. But
So
to a woman, if we're in a relationship, we're living together, we're moved in together. I'm talking to your mom constantly. I'm freaking cooking for you. I'm doing all this and freaking degrading. I was throwing up cooking for him. Like that's how much I loved him. And you're sitting here disrespecting me. I'm good. So at the end of the day, like the commitment and the loyalty went out the freaking window when you stepped on me on in the first place, and then you don't know what you can bring to me and your child while what I mean, while you're out there. And that's the thing that he didn't really think about. Like while especially while I'm pregnant, don't cheat on me and then bring the girls around me because they think I'm pretty and they don't care.
um I think that's a fucked up situation. Don't get me wrong. Um Comment UKTH says bi-curious is when you want to try the same sex but you haven't.
Yeah, and I hadn't tried it yet.
You haven't been with another chick in the bed? In the
I
ooh la
have
la.
now.
Ooh la la. Oh, okay.
but
Like
not
right
back then. I was
now.
still pure in a sense.
He's-
In a sense.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. Lovely saying. Terrible way to find out you're adopted. They
What?
they wrong. They crazy. They
Crazy.
crazy. We be having dark comedy in here. After hours, Daisy, it's the dark comedy hour.
I'm not
You know.
offended. I already know people are gonna.
No, no, they know we all like that. They know we all come from there, so they don't really like they'll
So,
sort
so,
they all good with
so
it.
my grandma said she wanted to go on an adventure.
What kind of adventure?
So I put her in a wheelchair at the top of the driveway and took the brakes off. Oh my goodness. I can't with you out tonight. My
So
medicine kicked in.
thank y'all so much, man. It's the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast. Guys, if you got a side piece, make sure you orchestrate that shit with your main piece and let her know what's good. It's better to just kind of like let her know so you ain't got or
Yeah,
just
keep that
hey, matter of
close.
fact, just don't have a side piece, just have like just two women. Just like, yo,
Hey,
I'm fucking
hey,
with you and I'm fucking with you. It is what
you
it
know what my
is.
best advice is? Don't get caught. That's it.
What? Jay?
We out,
No.
people.
Be
Thank y'all so much.
transparent. Open up to your wife or your girl and
Don't
tell
get
her
caught,
you want to
motherfucker.
keep it fresh and sexy
Hey,
and you
keep it
want to
fresh in
include
the
somebody
culture.
else. If she not down, respect her and
Hey
do not
man,
do it without her
hey,
permission.
respect her by not letting her find the fuck out, nigga. I'm dirty,
Did that work
dirty.
for you, Jay? How did that work for you, Jay?
I definitely
Oh,
will. Hit me on IG.
my track record is good. Clean. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
See,
Nothing.
me and
What
Jay is
did
different.
we talk about this earlier? Didn't you
What's
say it
that?
was in the past? How did that work out for you? I'm
Oh
serious.
yeah,
Now I really want to know. I'm curious. Did you get caught? Did you
I
get in
was
trouble?
Gucci.
Wait, this
Hello?
is
Yeah, hold
frozen.
up. My computer's first. They didn't want me to touch it. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
now it's not. Yeah, my track record is good. I ain't man. Hey, Biz know all my females that well, mainly all of them. Biz know.
Okay, so your girl was down with it then. She was cool with you stepping out.
UK, shut up, UK.
No, but she never knew. I never got caught. but the times I was playing around, I got caught. It was bad. It was always bad. So don't get caught.
There it goes. It was always bad.
But men aren't good cheaters though, like
We're
women.
not. We're just not.
Y'all
Men
We're
don't
not.
so
Y'all
care.
really not. And
We
then y'all
just
don't
don't
realize
care.
how in tune women are with y'all. Once y'all start acting funny and
But
weird
then
and
why?
we can feel
Okay,
that
so why y'all
vibration
better at it? Why
and
y'all
we
better at it
know
than us
that it's
though?
something going on, we
You
just
know
know
why?
it.
That's
Why
because
you
when
better at it?
y'all get our seed putting in y'all, like and y'all don't when we come inside of y'all, it opens up your third eye more than you know. Because that's where our third eye stems from. Our cum comes from the back of our whatever that shit's called, gland, and through our spine all the way to our motherfucking nutsack. And that's why you guys have a inkling sense of when a nigga is doing something crazy because you guys literally get a piece of our mind.
Mm-hmm.
She over there dying. Or
Mm-hmm.
girl over there rolling right now.
So
like, this nigga crazy.
So thank y'all, man. We definitely, hope we able to help y'all filter out the side piece. I never cheated once. I got bored and just broke up and went to the next. That's what I'm saying. Like honestly, man, like it's not. I'm not saying
I
it
like
in a
my
way of like
options.
goody two shoe. It's
I
just
like to
that
keep my
like we
options
just,
open.
you know what I mean. It just, it's just that like if you're at if you're at home and you're with your woman and y'all cool, then cool, it's cordial. You know what I mean? But most men to keep that up, it takes a lot. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So
yes. It's fucking backbreaking.
yeah, man, it takes a lot. So
Look, so much energy.
yeah, man. So I mean, if it's a lot of times I say if it's done, it's probably because they ain't getting something from his house. So you know what I mean? I can't
Right.
blame the dude and
Okay.
you know. So I mean, what you expect? What one woman don't? Hey, what one what one woman won't do, five will. Gang, gang, gang.
Well, my eyes don't see, my heart can't feel, but that's a lie because I could feel a motherfucker a mile away. I'm just kidding.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We out
You
of
see
here.
what this nigga said? Hold up before you close it. This nigga said, my wife left a note on the fridge saying, "I am sorry, but this is not working." I don't know what she's talking about. The fridge is working fine. Idiot. That shit was funny. All right, I'm out of here.
Goodbye.
Thank y'all so much, man. We out. He's ever been in poly relationships though. That's right. That's right. That's right. Gang, gang, gang. Appreciate y'all so much. Cheers.
Big booty with a big room. Yeah. Big room, big room. Big booty with a big room. Yeah. Rick's Melodies. Yeah. Champagne for the one. That was a nigga with no clue. Made a bitch that'll kill you. Nice. Big booty with a big room. Champagne for the one. That was a nigga with no clue. Made a bitch that'll kill you. Big booty with a big room. Shift the game. She's my type, she got problem. That's the type of love I like.